welcome back guys. So second part, chicken tikka. It's been in the fridge for 48 hours. We'll get it cooked, so dead simple. Let's go. So there we go guys, that's my chicken tikka. Been sitting in the fridge, marinating away lovely. So for this part, all you need is a casserole dish, some skewers, and I'll use some gloves because this red dye is crazy. So look at that. That's been in there. Oh, how good does that look? That's been in there for 48 hours. So I'm going to skewer this up. And the way to do this is gloves on, some skewers. You can use metal ones or wooden ones. If you're using wooden ones, soak them in some water first before you use them. And what you want to do is you want to put the chicken on and you want to sit them across the top of the casserole dish like this. And these are actually going to go under a really hot grill, so get your grill on to heat up while you're doing this. And I'll start skewering these up and I'll bring you back in a second once I get my gloves on. Right, so gloves on, skewer. And you want to keep as much of this goodness on these as you can. So basically just going to skewer these up. I just do about 3 or 4 pieces on each one. Try to keep them slightly separate because I don't want it to stick together, but it doesn't particularly have to be pretty looking. Oh, now you'll see that's why you put the bowl underneath, because you don't want to put this straight in your grill. So there you go, that's 4 pieces. What I do is sit it on like that. Now I'll just skewer the rest of these up and I'll bring you back in a wee minute. Right, so that's my tikka skewered up, sitting over the dish. What I like to do is just any of the last wee bits that's lying in the bowl, I just put a wee blob on each one and just let it run to the sides. That'll just get another extra wee cover, and you want some of that nice sauce to be on the chicken for when it's cooking. Obviously it's soaked right in and all the flavours are in there, so you see how much of that got actually used up. So there's basically hardly anything left in the bowl now. So hands a wee wash. And my next wee tip for this is a wee bit of water into the bottom of the casserole dish. Now what it does is it stops the tikka from drying up. Now you can do this in the oven. You can do it straight in a grill pan. I've got a rotisserie, but I didn't use a rotisserie today obviously because not everybody's got a rotisserie, and I'm showing you how to do it here. So all we're going to do with this is whack it underneath the grill. Now you want it to get nicely cooked and nice and like slight charring on it, like chicken tikka has when you get it delivered. So we'll get that in the grill and I'll bring you back in a minute. So there we go, that's the tikka in the grill. So this doesn't take particularly long, maybe about 20 minutes or so, but you're looking for the chicken to cook through obviously, and charring to start appearing on the edges. So just let that sit in the grill. I might actually move it up one, it's maybe a wee bit too low. What I'll do is I shall let that cook away, bring you back in a couple of minutes once it starts charring. I'll just bring you back for a wee second there guys. I don't know if you can see that, but the steam's starting to come off of the water. And what that's going to do is help to keep the chicken moist so it doesn't all dry out. Oh, look at that. I think you'll agree. How good does that look? So let's let that cook away and I'll bring you back when it's starting to char up. So there we go guys, that's the first side of my tikka. See it's starting to char up and go black there, look at that. Oh, does that not look good? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them over and do the other side. Actually, I should have said there guys, so sometimes your tikka just burrows on the skewers. So what I do is I'll take these off of the skewers, put them charred side down on a baking tray so that the other side gets cooked. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to transfer these onto a tray because as you'll see when I turn them, they're just spinning. So I'm going to get these onto a tray and we'll get them back in the grill. Right, that's them transferred onto a tray, cooked side down, just going to back them. You'll see there's hardly any sauce coming off them now, that's because it's been cooked under the grill, that's all the sauces, the marinade is stuck to them. So what we're going to do is just fire this back in the grill and char that side up. Right, so that's my chicken tikka. That's out of the oven, the grill, sorry. So I'll just take a wee bit close up and let you see it's still nice and moist, and you'll see the beautiful charred edges on it. How good does that look? So what I do with this now is I take a knife obviously and take the bigger pieces. I just like to cut them in half. Have a look at that, guys. You'll see how that flavour's really sucked into the chicken. Amazing. So all I do now is just cut the bigger pieces, put it in a bowl. So 2 seconds, I'll get that done. Chicken tikka. You can freeze this in bags, put it in the freezer. That's what I do for making curry, so you've got it available. You can have it on its own, you can have it with side salad. You can eat chicken tikka. So give this one a try. This weekend there'll be some more curries coming. A friend of mine's come up with an idea. There's 3 houses, we're all going to cook a dish each. We're going to do a doorstep delivery, just drop it off at the door, and then we're going to do a Zoom meeting with a bottle of wine and have a socially distanced dinner party. So this chicken tikka, that's going to be frozen, and I'll use it at the weekend in my curry. And I'm going to do a vegetarian version as well, so there'll be 2 curries, one vegetarian and one obviously with the chicken tikka. So comment below, like, subscribe, and remember, get your cooking gear out, give these recipes a try. I'm making them dead simple as I can. That one, you've seen yourself, 10 minutes to prepare, 15-20 minutes to cook, 10 minutes either side, just to get it nice and charred. Still want it nice and juicy like that. So